Good morning, everyone. Welcome along to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We are in Jeddah for the Jeddah Season International MotoSurf Cup. Great to be here. Great to have your company. My name's Ian Finley, and this is going to be a great couple of days of action here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We're out just about on the Red Sea here in Jeddah, the second largest city in Saudi Arabia, behind Riyadh, a population of 3.7 million people. Big city, great place to be, and we are delighted to be here in Saudi Arabia. The first ever MotoSurf international event organised in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Well, a little bit earlier on this morning we had our elite qualifying. That wasn't able to take place yesterday, but we have had that this morning. I'll try my best to bring you up to speed with everything that's going on today and talk you through it, have some fun. I'm going to be joined by people who actually do know what they're talking about, which is going to be really useful for everyone. But we're getting ready for the first of the races, which should be the Stock and Stock R races. Heat number one. We've got two groups, Groups A and B. Just sorting some start lists out in front of you, but you can see the riders getting ready to go with the start. So you can see we're just in a little bit of a sheltered sort of inlet here off the Red Sea. It's a little bit further down and around. It's quite a bit of boat traffic as well around, and it might get a little bit choppy. Depends what passes by around about this part of the world. Get our chance to have a look at the course into the split section here. Well, not the longest course we ever see, but it's pretty tight, pretty technical. And it's going to throw up some real challenges to the riders, especially if it does get a little bit choppy throughout the day. Just as I say, depends on what's passing by in terms of boat traffic. You've got the Joker as well. As I'm looking at things, the Joker's sort of out to my left, just beyond the start-finish line. Apologies there, just trying to make sure I've got the right start list in front of me. So Group A for the Stock and Stock car. We've got Min Seong Kim from Korea, Hassan Bobas from Kuwait, Timotej Zubor from Slovakia, Hannes Hultberg from Sweden, Damian Kadlec from Czechia, and then within the R class there's 8 riders in this class in total. Adam Ficek, Fares Ramadan from Kuwait, and Dennis Kulic. Those last 3 riders in the R class. As we see the Swede Hannes Hultberg, should be, because he's got number 7, that's the number I've been told, so do my best to try and identify the riders for you, and we'll try and give you some qualifying times as well from yesterday's qualifying. So just getting ready for the start of the first race of the day. Full weekend of action coming up, going through the heats today. Tomorrow afternoon is when the finals are all going to take place, and throughout the day if there's any schedule changes or whatever, we'll let you know. Make sure you've got all the information, but thank you so much for tuning in. It's great to have your company here in Jeddah for the first time in MotoSurf. Of course, Jeddah season underway. This is taking place alongside Jeddah Season Festival, the biggest festival organized in the Middle East region. A lot of different cultural, sporting activities going on. So as we're getting ready for the start, yesterday we had qualification. We've got a little bit of an issue here. That is the challenge, just a quick fix, equipment fix going on. So it's Adam Fitchek quickest yesterday, best time of 40.521 in the stock and stock R class. Min Seong Kim 41.012 in second, and Anthony Squire from the USA 41.160. Those were the top three in qualifying. So this race will be a 6-lap race, 2 jokers. Well, that's the beach area where the riders get in and out of the water here. It's great setup, everything's all well contained. A lot of air conditioning as well. It's going to be a hot one today, around about 39 to 40. I think it might actually be a little bit higher once we get into the latter part of the day. So pretty hot one for everybody, and that is just adds to the challenge. Could of course take on as much water as possible. So a little bit of an issue at the moment. I've just been informed. They've lost power in the Judges 10 race control. So everyone's come back in, and hopefully they'll get that fixed and then get back underway as soon as possible. So whilst we're on a little delay, I'm just going to make sure I've got all the right paperwork in place, and we'll join you in a minute or two's time. Hey folks, we're back out and ready to go again. All right, we're getting underway. No practice start. We did it on the first lap before we had the technical issue, but it's all up and running again. Entering the split section for the first time on this 6-lap and 2 joker lap race. Just having a little technical problem with my live timing here, so bear with me, folks, but we are underway racing here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the first time. So in this one we have got Timothy Zubar, Farej Ramadan, Alexander Lana, Adam Ficek, Dennis Kulic, Kim Down, Dan Kim, Min Song Kim, Hassan Bobas, Farej Ramadan, Adam Ficek and Dennis Kulic. It's Alexander Lana from Sweden wearing number 4, so out in front number 2, there's Hassan Bobas from Kuwait. Let's see how tight this course is. There's the start-finish line on the left-hand side of your screen there. And we've got someone, looks like somebody in the water was out of board there. We just have to keep an eye out on that one. But here we have Hassan Bobas. Again, you can see the marshals all over the water here, just making sure everything is running safe. Great support from the organisers here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. There's Ramadan just getting a little close to the water. Oh, another rider just trying to get moving again, getting back up on the board. Good to see them back on their feet at the moment, but it's the first of 4 heats in the Stock and Stock R class. Group A, we've got Group B coming up next. And Timothy Jubor, number 3 at the moment. Not quite got the lap times working yet, but we know who's in the race. There's going to be a lot of refreshing going on here. But 6-lap race, of course, we're picking up the points towards the finals tomorrow afternoon. Those finals are coming up for you. 18 points for the win, 14 for second, 11 for third, 9 for fourth, and right on cue, my live timing has stopped, so a little bit more refreshing to do here. Bear with us, folks. Just the first race of the day. Throughout the day, I'm sure everything will settle down and it'll all be working. The live timing was just not updating, so I think it's getting a bit of a refresh there. So first part of the day, we've got stock car combined into one class. Heats A, the A and B heats coming up. So now getting the results, or at least some live timing is coming back up and running again. Adam Ficek in the lead. Or taking the win, taking the win. Kim Kim, I get that right, in second place. Hassan Bobas in third, Min Song Kim in fourth place. That's how it is looking in this first race. Of course, Kim Min Song, reigning world champion. He'll be the Korean team leader for the World Games in Chengdu next year, 2025. And talk a little bit about the World Games. So onto there we see should be number 6, Adam Ficek there. He's 3.7 behind in second place. Just not entirely confident that the live timing is 100% accurate at the moment, but I'll let you know. Just enjoy the pictures, enjoy the action. A lot of fun. Great to finally be racing. Most of the riders got in here Wednesday, Thursday. We had a lot of free practice on Friday and qualifying for almost all the classes taking place yesterday on Friday. I didn't get in until about 2 a.m. this morning, so trying to just wake myself up with some Pepsi, one of our sponsors here, so big thanks to them. So as the live timing is just updating, potentially a 1-2 for Korea here. Kim Min Song Kim down, got them in first and second on my screen. Hassan Bobas third place. Okay, so there you can see the results from Heat 1 Group A, the stock and stock R class. Adam Ficek finishing in fourth place in that one as we get ready for Group B, who will be next to go. 7 riders in Group B. So Hassan Bobas makes his way out of the course, the man from Q8 finishing in third place. First ever Q80 MotoSurf race winner, and started off in good position today in heat number 1. So we'll get all the way through to heat 3 heats for the classes today. We'll have a lunch break after heat 1 of the elite. So Adam Ficek coming out of the water there. He's got the number 6 on his shorts. And it'll be a pretty quick turnaround. That water is pretty warm today. Temperature at the moment, 37 degrees. So, yeah, pretty toasty. Wear your sun cream, folks. Thankfully, normally I do my work outside at these kind of events. But today I'm in a lovely air-conditioned room. And I can just about see a little bit of the course. So I'm going off the screen. So say what you see, I guess, isn't it? So Group A leaving the water. Group B will be getting ready. There will be the practice start for Group B as well, of course. Hopefully no further issues, and things will get moving. We'll start to flow through the heats as quick as we can. There's the scene out over the course, and riders just sort of perhaps easing their way into things. Sorry, I had a really funny moment there. I could hear myself. Someone was just watching the live stream behind me, and it totally threw me off, so bear with me. Hello again, folks. So getting ready for Group B in the stock and stock R class. They'll be getting out into the water, getting ready as soon as possible. Looks like Jakob Kojon there is getting ready. That is Jakob there with number 2 on his shorts. So yesterday, Jakob closest to us on screen, 6th in qualification. Yesterday's qualification, Adam Ficek, Kim Min-sung, Anthony Squire, the 1, 2, 3, and we'll see Anthony Squire in this next heat, a man from the USA. He's wearing number 1. There's a couple of people just enjoying the warm waters. It is really warm when you go down there and touch the water. I may want to get in at one point later today, but I'm not sure I'm going to have time to go for a swim. It does look tempting, though. Beautiful day, as it usually is, almost all year round in this part of the world. A little bit of wind as well. It just takes the edge off the heat, helps the riders up, but there's a lot of water being taken on board, and rightly so, water being passed around for all of the riders. It's been really well looked after here. Lunch and everything provided for all of the riders and all of the crew that are making the event work. So whilst we're waiting for this next heat to come, you get another look at the course, and you can see just the split section there. Wouldn't it be great? We see some of the races, particularly tomorrow in the finals, going right down to the line. It's going to be a real tactical battle. When do you take the joker? Picking your lane for the splits as well. Well, in an effort to save my voice over the weekend, as soon as we get the racing, or about to get the racing back underway, I'll come there and join you again. I'll run through the start list, run it through. I'll run through it now for you, actually. For Group B in the stock and stock car, Anthony Squire from the USA, he'll be wearing number 1. Jakub Kozon, number 2 from Czechia. Jan Travnicek from Czechia, number 3. Hannes Hultberg, number 4. Damon Kadlec, number 5. Jantorn Vachasarek from Thailand, wearing at number 6. And Thantorn Johan Grun Grangit from Thailand, wearing at number 7. So that's your start list for Group B. As soon as we're ready to go, we will come back and do our best to talk you through it. All right, folks, we're back out on the water, ready to go with Group B. Perhaps Anthony Squire, the favourite for this one in the stock class. In Group B, 7 riders, as we ran through just a few moments ago. Hoping the live timing's going to help me out a little bit. It'll be Anthony Squire wearing number 1, that is in pole position. There's Jan Travnicek from Czechia yesterday. Qualified in 9th place, 42 at 9:43 his time. And that was 2.422 off of the pace of Adam Ficek. So riders getting into position for the start procedure. They're just out over on the, as I look at it, far left hand side of the course. That's the Joker boy that you can see there. So I just want to confirm the results from Group A, because we did have some live timing problems. It was Kim Min Sung, Kim Down, Hassan Bobas, the 1, 2, 3. So 18 points going to Kim Min Sung as Anthony Squire leading the group out here. Getting underway. They should have had their practice start. So Anthony Squire here taking things under control. Oh, and Anthony Squire into the water on that first turn, and Jakob Kozon's got a hand up there. Has he got a problem? So Anthony Squire in a little bit of trouble. There's Hannes Hultenberg coming out of the split section. So practice start done. Well, that's a lucky one for Squire there, isn't it? On the practice start, you can see just how hard these riders are pushing it. First race, first heat of the weekend for these guys. And on the practice start in the water, so we'll get lined up again. Hopefully everyone okay, all sorted out, and we'll get ready to go. Can see just a little bit of wind picking up. There usually is a bit of wind in this part of the world. More sheltered here than it would be if we were right out on the Red Sea. It's not far away as the crow flies, but everyone is everyone just about ready to go for the start proper. Anthony Squire there. Dan Thorne, back number 7. Getting ready to go as well. He's drifted back a little bit. And here we go, race getting underway. Anthony Squire, number 1, nearest to us. On screen just takes a little look over his left shoulder. And avoids any problems like he did in the practice start. See the lines being taken here, really tight line. Can Squire come through that split section and hold on to top spot? It gets tight, but I think Squire's just got it in second place. Trabnicek at the moment, but Squire in the lead, wearing that number 1 on his shorts, and we'll see him up close now. So Squire, Trabnicek, Kadlec, the 1, 2, 3, Kozon in 4th. And here is Squire, right foot forward. Do you call that goofy in this sport as well? We would net everything else on a board. Apologies if that's the wrong terminology. Into the split section for the second time of asking. Now, when is Squire going to go for that Joker lap? He's in the lead. He wants the 18 points. Holds building up a bit of an advantage over Trabnicek. But Squire, yeah, not going for the Joker lap on this lap. Kadlec in 3rd place, but it's still Squire in the lead. Anton Vacharek in 4th place. Gap starting to build, over a second and a half at the last time check on the start-finish line. Moving out to that right-hand split section. It's the first time that Squire's gone for that split. And what we can't see here is when the riders are going for the Joker lap. That's something we'll try and sort out. We pick them up again, but so 3 laps done. Squire, Trabnicek, Vacharek up into 3rd place now. Apologies, I didn't see if there was an overtake over Kadlec, but Kadlec I think has ended up in the water at some point because he's dropped right down to 6th place. Kozon in 7th, Squire coming through to complete another lap. It's got Travnicek still in second place, but the gap building. 4 laps gone, and now both Squire and Travnicek going for the Joker lap. So that's one Joker completed for Squire. I think he's going to go for it again on the next lap. 2.65 was the gap, and then Hultberg, I should say, from Sweden up into third place at the moment, wearing number 4. Okay. Well, there's Squire in the race lead. One Joker lap completed. Is he going for his second here? Travnicek follows him. Beautiful turn now, working that heel side of the board nicely. Of course, coming out of the Joker lap, the speed really builds. So checkered flag out for Anthony Squire. Nice regulation victory for the man from the USA. Once he's completed this next turn, as he does, just coming out the split section. And Squire takes the checkered flag in Group B, 18 points going his way. Bit of a battle right down to the line for this next position, and it's Hultberg just holding off Kadlec there. Well, that got pretty close, didn't it? So Hultberg, actually that pass was for third place, so really nice move from the Swede right at the line to push Kadlec down to fourth place. So Squire, Travnicek, Hultberg, the 1, 2, 3. Damon Kadlec finishing in fourth. Jantorn Vachisarek in fifth. Jakob Kozon in sixth. Anton Jangrun Grankit. Looks like he is going to cross the line in seventh place. So 8. Group B all done and dusted. Next up it should be the women. Have to do a quick start list shift for you, make sure I've got the right start list open. So the women out on the water, getting ready for their first heat. 6 laps, 2 jokers for the women. I'll run through the start list for you. Aneta Stolukalova will have number 1, Eliska Matushkova number 2, Elizaveta Fajtova number 3, Valentina Novotna number 4, Mariana Navarova number 5. All riders 1 to 5 from Czechia. Injun Lee from Korea, number 6. Natalie Kachlikova, number 7. Lorine Thelin from Belgium, number 8. Adela Ostjalova, number 9. Well, there it is. Slukalova with that number 1 on her shorts. The top qualifier, 43.293. Of course, all the riders in this women's group in the position 1 to 9 is just Group A, so everyone in qualifying order, of course. Matuskova there with the number 2 on her shorts. Reigning world champion, qualified in 2nd place. Fastest female rider on the planet. But Slukalova, runner-up in the last couple of years of the MotoSurf World Championship, but she did get top spot in qualifying. Just trying to keep an eye out for number 6, Injun Lee. She's been on the podium in the MotoSurf World Championship from Korea, but she grew up in Saudi Arabia. I think she had a fall yesterday. She would be wearing number 6, but not sure if she is starting. Hopefully she is. I haven't actually been able to grab that information, so try and work that out as we go. There's Mariana Navarova, number 5. From Czechia. So maybe down to 8 riders. So riders just popped out the water for a second. Hey again, folks. Thanks for your company this morning, or wherever you are in the world. It could be middle of the night, it could be late afternoon. It's great to have you here with us at the Jeddah Season International MotoSurf Cup here in Jeddah in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. My name's Ian Finley, and I'm loving it so far. It's great fun. Of course, we're racing here in Saudi Arabia. for the very first time in international MotoSurf competition. This event organised by Cosmos under the patronage of His Royal Highness Prince Khalid bin Hassan Al Saud. And we've had such wonderful support for putting this event on. A big thank you to all of the sponsors for the event as well. Going to run through them for you at some point, of course, here. But getting ready for the women's race, which is coming up next, of course. Well, I am seeing 9 riders out on the water, which is good. That's what we wanted to see. And it's Slukalova there, just sort of marshalling everyone into position behind the jet ski. So we will have the practice start, and then we will get underway with the race. Just looking out for Anjun Lee, number 6. I think she is there, which is good news. As that boat goes past, that'll add a little bit of wake to proceedings. So this should be the practice start. So practice starts out of the way, a hand goes up in the air. Let's get everyone marshaled into position for this 6th lap. Plus 2 Joker race, 18 points of course available for this race. 4 heats coming up throughout today, tomorrow, and then the finals. So after lunch break, or it should be after the lunch break, we'll have heats 2 and 3 for all of the classes. Coming up after this race, it will be the juniors. They're now going for 5 laps. And then it will be the elite, and that may take us up to lunch. So time to get everyone back into position again. We've had our practice. This one is the one that's going to count. And Slukalova is going to lead them off. So here we go. And the women's race gets underway. Nice start for Slukalova. Matsukova in 2nd place, of course. The reigning world champion. Can she make her way 1 spot higher up? And oh, that is a huge crash on the first turn. Matsukova's down. I think Faitova and maybe Novotna down as well. But Slukalova, by virtue of being the top qualifier, avoids that drama. Looks like people have got back up very quickly. But Slukalova, I wonder, maybe would she go for the Joker lap right away? No. Anjun Lee up into 2nd place after that drama right on the first turn, entering the split section. Valentina Novotna in 3rd. Natalie Kachlikova in 4th. Mariana Navarova in 5th. And Matsukova down in 8th place. So she has got her work cut out. We've got to try and keep an eye on Matsukova with the number 2 on her shorts to see if she is going to make her way back through the field. But well, this is played out very handily for Slukalova. Don't have the ability to bring you a replay, I'm afraid, on that one, but that was dramatic right at the start of the race. Engine Lee in second place still. And there is that our race leader? Just double check the shorts. Yes, it is. Slukalova looking to come through and complete her third lap. Coming through the split section. Just a look over the shoulder. Hand in the air. Is she going for the joker lap? Yes, she is. So Slukalova works her way across to that joker buoy or buoy, depends what part of the world you're from. So that's one joker lap out of the way. She's got an 8-second advantage, and it's really all about where everyone else finished their nearest challengers. So Engine Lee sitting in second place, Valentina Novotna in fourth. Now Matsukova down at the bottom of the field. There's a rider in the water. That's Elizaveta Faitova there with a number 3. She's had a bit of a problem. But some big time gaps already after all that drama right on the first turn of the course. And Slukalova is on a sort of Saturday morning cruise now. So she's got the lead. I wonder if Matsukova is even going to finish the race. I can't spot her at the moment, that number 2, but she's only done one lap, so I think she is out of this one. Let's hope she's okay, because it was a pretty nasty one. High speed as well coming into the first turn after the start section. Slukalova, there, hand in the air, joker lap coming up for her after there's been a smooth race. White flag out denotes that the race leader is on the last lap of the race. Well, drama, quite a lot to unpick from this one. Everyone getting on to the final lap, and our race leader Aneta Slukalova, runner-up. Last couple of years of the MotoSurf World Championship. He's going to start proceedings today with a victory. And checkered flag is out. Aneta Slukalova comes through, takes the checkered flag in heat number 1 in the women's race. So, well, will we see perhaps any protests or anything from that one? If I get information, I'll let you know, of course. Solid victory. She qualified in top spot and has taken advantage, and just by virtue of being in that pole position, she was able to avoid everything that happened behind her. So provisional results, of course, Aneta Slukalova taking it, Valentina Novotna in second place, Engine Lee in third. 11 points for third place, and the Korean athlete who grew up in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So the women will make their way out of the water, and we will get ready for the juniors. We'll be up next, 5-lap race for the juniors coming up, but good work there from Aneta Slukalova from Czechia. So juniors making their way out onto the water now for their first race after the juniors. Do we have the masters at some point? Yeah, not actually on my list, so maybe there'll be some masters at some point as well. So 6 juniors in the race: Rosalia Janora from Poland, Leo Lichal Kratochvil from Austria. He'll have the number 2 on his shorts. Kristina Rubkova from Czechia, Maximilian Rushka, Barbora Kolarova, and Adam Kolar. That's the 6 riders in the junior class. So Rosalia Janora with her hand in the air. So after this one, it will be the Masters who will be next to go. So Rosalia Janora with the hand in the air, the rider from Poland. Barbora Kolarova, Adam Kolar, Maximilian Hrushka, all racing for the MotoSurf Czech talent team. Of course, the nation that really produces so much talent in this sport. Leo Lichal Kratochvil, been racing for a couple of years now. Underway with the practice start. I'll try not get too excited for the practice start. Knowing my luck, I'll miss one and it'll turn out to be the real start, and I should have got excited, but practice start out of the way. 5 laps in this one. All of the races so far have been 6-lap races. And whilst the riders get ready for the actual start, just going to double check the results for the women, make sure nothing has changed. Aneta Slukalova confirmed has taken the 18 points. Valentina Novotna, 14 points for her in second, and Enjun Lee in third place. She picks up the 11 points. So on to the juniors coming up next. Hand in the air, here we go. Rosalia Janora is going to lead off the junior race. Just the one joker lap needed, of course, in this one. Six riders, who is going to take it? Can Rosalia Janora take advantage of that pole position? Good dynamic position, really aggressive stance on the board. I like it. Goes out to riders right. The Lichal Kratochvil going to the split on the left. Maybe gives you a slightly better exit, but no problem here for Janora. So there is Rosalia Janora out in front in the early stages of this race. Little look over that left shoulder. Where is everybody else? Kristina Rukova in second. Leo Bichal-Kratochvil, the Austrian, in third place at the moment. Things could change in the blink of an eye in this game. We've seen that already early on in proceedings today. I think it's easy to go down. It is getting a little choppier out there as well. Yanora just having that look over the shoulder. You see that yellow buoy there? It's really blowing over in the wind, and that can easily catch a rider out. And Yanora just almost stuffs it, but she recovers quickly there. And you see, as I was saying, a little curse of the commentator, things can close up very quickly, and Hrubkova has closed that gap in quite a bit. It was 3.680 after the first lap, but looked, to my eye at least, didn't have a time check on it, that it was down to less than 2 seconds into the split section. Hrubkova goes for that rider's left split. Yanora sticking with the right-hand side. And early on in the proceedings here at the Jeddah Season International MotoSurf Cup, just want to get those points on the board. Here's the Joker lap for Yanora in this 5-lap race. Just the one Joker, and Yanora building at that lead again. 2.560 when they cross the line. Kristina Hrubkova sitting in second place right now, with Bichal Kratochvil in third place. He's now 9.260 back when they last crossed the line. Here is the rider in second, Hrubkova. Well, Hrubkova still to take the Joker. Well, she's taking the Joker lap now. Bichal Kratochvil going for the Joker lap, and as we watch Yanora, that number one, is she going to come out in front of Hrubkova? That is the key question there. She should do. We'll have to just see. Well, Hrubkova in the lead, and the timing of the Joker lap may have worked out nicely for Hrubkova. Oh, she hasn't gone for the Joker lap yet, has she? We'll just have to... No, she did go for the Joker on that last lap, so... Checkered flag coming out in this 5-lap race. And I think Hrubkova may have taken that one. The number 3 rider, the rider with number 3 on her shorts. Rosalia Yanora finishing in second, 1.47 down. So Yanora going for this for the Joker earlier than Hrubkova, and it's worked out in favor of Hrubkova. She waited, maybe just got that little bit of clear water as well, was able to put a quicker lap time in, whilst Yanora was on the Joker, and takes it by 1.470 in the end. So really nice victory for Hrubkova. Yanora finishing in second place, and Barbora Kolarova in third. Bichal Kratochvil in fourth. Adam Kolar fifth. Max Hruška in sixth place. Well, it's great to be in this part of the world, and now let's just take a little look at this part of the world in more detail. So next up, it will be the Masters, and then we are on to the Elite, and then the schedule says lunch break. So the Masters always hotly contested, isn't it? Came down fastest in qualifying, which took place yesterday. Just make sure I can give you those qualifying results as well. 44.881 for Kim down from Korea. Yuri Stovacek in second place. František Novotny in third. Arkadiusz Janora, just seen his daughter race and finished second. Finished in fourth in qualifying. Anthony Mastroni from Canada in fifth place. Dalibor Hruška in sixth, and Ivan Matušek in seventh place. That's the results of yesterday's qualifying for the Masters. And the start positions reflecting the qualifying results as well. So Kim Down will be in number one, wearing at number one. There's Anthony Mastroni from Canada. Just a little bit of work to do. That yellow buoy just before the finish line is it's been blown over quite a lot. They're having to do just a bit of work keeping it upright, ensuring it is I think it's the key thing, visible for the riders as well. So just waiting for the riders to get back into the water, and we'll get this sixth lap plus two jokers. It's just a bit of course maintenance going on, as you can see. That has been the problem buoy. Buoy boy, I need to pick one, don't I, and stick with it. I'm going to go for a replacement. No pressure here. So how quick can they get it done? Well, looks like it may have deflated a little bit. Maybe they're going for a bigger, or just a replacement, just to ensure it doesn't keep falling over, because you really need this one to be properly visible for the athletes. Out it comes, or get unclipped and then put the next one back on, and we'll get underway with the racing as soon as is possible. Yeah, you can see it's slightly deflated, which has been causing the problems. There's a little bit of wind around, but not enough, as you can see from all the other boys. I'm going for a boy this time. They're not having too much trouble staying upright. So that replacement looks like it may have done what is needed to do. You can't just leave that one there. Ah, yes, he is going to pick it up. That'd be in everyone's way. We don't want that. So the Masters riders, which would be the category I would have to race in now, because I'm certainly not elite, and I'm certainly old enough to be racing in the Masters these days. Maybe I'll get aboard. I really want to have a go. Well, there is the buoy that's just been replaced. It appeared on screen for you. I'm sure someone will pick it up, move it out the way. Don't want it floating back out into the water. I hope you're enjoying the action so far this morning. Lots more to come throughout the day, of course. We've got heats 2 and 3 for all of the categories. Still got heat 1 for the Masters, as I was saying, and for the elite to come to Group A and B for the elite as well. Then we'll go into heats 2 and 3 throughout the afternoon. It's going to be a long session, and then it will be time for everyone to go cool down a little bit. Not me though, because I've got the air conditioning, as we've ticked past just 11 a.m. remind me to change the time on my laptop because it's saying midday, but temperature is just creeping up throughout the day. Around about, yeah, we're at 38 now. Pretty hot. Thankfully, the being on the water does help a little bit with the wind, but it's reasonably humid in this part of the world. I've not got the full weather details, but perhaps I can dig them out for tonight and start looking at pressure. Let's see what I can find now, give you some more accurate weather. It just says excessive heat. 13 km/h wind coming in from the north. The humidity 21%, dew point 12 degrees. Well, that tells you a lot, doesn't it? So humidity reasonably low. UV index though 11. That's extreme. And wear some sun cream. I've got factor 50 on, and of course long trousers and sleeves. And still wearing factor 50 because, yes, I have been sunburned through my clothing before, but I am from Scotland. I'm not designed for the heat. Do you want the pressure? Do you want the air pressure? 1002 according to my data here. Sunset 5:46 a.m. Sunset 11 minutes past 7. Precipitation for today, as it is a lot of the year here, 0. Not expecting any rain. Well, that's enough about weather. Hot as it always is, and sunny this time of year in this part of the world. Once the Masters riders are out and ready to go, we'll start talking and talk you through the race as well. Stay with us, folks. Thanks for joining us today. Great to have your company at the Jeddah Season International MotoSurf Cup. Hey folks, just want to bring you a little update as well from the women's race a little earlier. Rider number 3, Faitova, Elizabeta Faitova. She got a penalty, 1 lap, 41 second penalty for unsafe riding and causing a collision. So did think there may be 1 or 2 penalties, or potentially something coming in that women's race, because there was that big crash right on the first lap that took Matsukova out of the race. But a 1 lap penalty for Faitova. She finished in 8th place. So that's a little update for you from the women's race. Still waiting on the Masters to get back out onto the water and get their race underway. You can see Arcadia's Yanora there. Well, looks like we're not too far away from the race as the riders getting back out into the arena, the course, the circuit, the water. So we're warming up for the Masters. Kim Down, the top qualifier. Only racer competing in 2 classes. He's in the stock and stock car class as well. Busy day, busy weekend for Kim Down. Racing in the Masters as well. Yuri Stovicek qualified in 2nd. František Novotny in 3rd, Arkadiusz Yanora in 4th, Anthony Mestroni in 5th place, the Team Canada World Games team leader. Dalibor Porushka qualified in 6th, and Ivan Matusek, father of Eliska, chief engineer at the Dakar Rally, which I think has come through here, this part of the world as well, hasn't it? The Dakar Rally. A lot of sporting events taking place in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia these days. Formula One World Championship was here earlier in the F1 season. I think the track's maybe a little to the north of here. I'm just going to have to double check that though, because I didn't see it. Well, there, Yuri Stovicek with the number 2. 2nd place qualifier, 47.526 the qualifying time for Stovicek. 44.881 for Kim Down. So practice start time for the riders in this Masters race. 6 laps, 2 jokers. After this one, it will then be on to the elite, and of course groups A and B in the elite class. And it will be a little lunch break. So practice start. The riders have had this little look lap, and then we'll get lined up and ready to go with the Masters. All 7 riders will get into position. So in position, here we go, Masters. Just the one group, Group A, heat number 1, ready to go. And we are racing with heat number 1 for the Masters. Kim Down not with the best of starts. That Yuri Stovacek just moving around to the outside in that number 2. Just get a check. It's actually is that Anthony Mastroni? It is Anthony Mastroni, number 5. That's had a really strong start. So Mastroni comes through, takes top spot after the first lap. Not got any live timing for you at the moment, so do apologize for that, but there is Mastroni. Boom, live timing appears. Kim Down in 2nd place, Yuri Stovacek in 3rd, František Novotny in 4th, Janora 5th, Matusek in 6th. Well, not the best of qualifying for Mastroni, but it's the racing that matters, and he is out in front at the moment. Dalibor Hruška down in 7th place. So can Kim Down come back, close that gap on Mastroni? 1.390 the gap after the first lap. Going to watch when they're going to take these 2 joker laps as well. So Mastroni goes early on the first with his first joker lap. He's got the race lead, he's got a good start, so gets one of them out of the way early. We'll see what that does. It's obviously going to drop him down the standings, but can he then pick his way through the field? So there is Mastroni. Didn't catch if Kim Down did not go for the joker on that last lap, because there he is there completing the split section. Now, does Kim Down go for it this time? At this time of asking, that is the question. Yes, he does, going for the joker lap. So Mastroni and Down both getting a joker out of the way pretty early in the race. There is Mastroni with that spectacular start from the Canadian. Looking nice and balanced on the board. Thought he was maybe going to go right as left there, just with how he exited that turn, but into the split section. Little look over the shoulder. Who's he got for company? Got the race lead back. And now another joker, and Kim Down follows him. So both of these riders with the 2 joker laps out of the way. So Mastroni leads Down. 2 jokers done. So now on lap number 5. 1 to go. Can Mastroni see it home and pick up the 18 points? Yuri Stovacek sitting in 3rd place. Ivan Matusek in 4th. Arkadiusz Janora 5th. František Novotny 6th. And Dalibor Hruška in 7th place at the moment. So Mastroni looking to hold off the Korean, who's just following him through the split section. So white flag out onto the final lap. Has Kim Down got anything on this final lap here to challenge Mastroni? Mastroni's just got to see it home. Stay upright, think about the line, avoid any problems, any drama. A little bit of chop out there as well, as we're in the late stages of heat number 1 in the Masters race. Stovacek now in 3rd, Janora 4th, Matusek in 5th, and Mastroni just trying to see it home through the split section. It's going to be pretty tight coming out of it, though. Kim down closes right up, but not enough to take it. Mastroni grabs it by less than a second. Good race from the Canadian. Well, actually, just over a second, but you'll forgive me for getting a little bit excited there. 1.32 the difference in the end, and Stovacek coming through in third place, 7.640. Well, textbook stuff from Anthony Mastroni to take the Masters race. All done on the start. Got a great start that put him into top spot, and he really made it count. Going for the Joker lap on lap number 2 as well, just to boost and try and give himself as much time as he could in the race. So 6 laps done, and it's Anthony Mastroni from Canada who takes it. Kim down in second, Yuri Stovacek in third place. So next up will be the elite class, of course groups A and B in the elite, and that will be it for the morning session here in Jeddah. 2 races to go. So the elite riders out on the water having a little warm up. Actually, it's not Group A and B. We've got just the one group, Group A. I'll give you the qualifying results as well. That qualification session taking place earlier today. Dominic Kadlec taking it 35.919, just ahead of Dennis Burda. Less than half a second between them. Marek Skamla in third place. Jakob Kornfeld in fourth. Matthias Novotny fifth. Lucas Kozon sixth. Lucas Zahorski seventh. Minchon Kim eighth. Oliver Navarra ninth. Alex Lukscheider 10th, and Maciej Kozacek in 11th. So Lukscheider with an A on his shorts, and Kozacek with a B on his shorts, 10th and 11th in qualifying. 11 riders in the elite class, including Lucas Zahorski, the 6-time world champion. Jakob Kornfeld, former MotoGP rider, well, Moto3 racer. Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup World Champion. A lot of talent in this field as they get ready for their practice start. I like to be able to practice things. It's good. Like a rehearsal dinner at a wedding. Practice your meal the day before. I think that's a joke from Friends, actually. I've got to reference your jokes, folks. So practice start here. Good qualifying for Marek Skamla, qualified in 3rd place, stock world champion in 2021. Mateusz Novotny, 5th world championship leader at the moment. Lukscheider qualified in 10th, 2023 runner-up and junior world champion. So there's a lot of quality riders in this elite class. Eight laps, 2 jokers for this one. Got to mention the sponsors and partners: Aramco, strategic partner, Albike, Pepsi, official airline partner of the event, Saudia, and the institutional partners as well, the UIM, Saudi Water Sport Federation as well. So big thank you to all of the sponsors, support for helping put this event on here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Yeah, Jeddah Season International MotoSurf Cup just ticked past 11:30 in the morning. So getting ready for the start of the elite class. Here we go, folks. Dominik Kadlec nearest to us. Let's see how it all plays out through the start. Can everyone get through the first turn safely? There's a lot of looking going on, seeing where everybody is. Into the first turn. Oh, it gets tight in there. Well, great racing right from the start of the race from Dennis Burda. But here comes, it's going to be super tight exiting this split. I think Dennis Burda's just held on to the race lead. Double check the live update as everyone goes through into the second lap of the race. It is Dennis Burda leading Dominik Kadlec, getting him out of the start. Marek Skamla in 3rd, Kornfeld in 4th place, Mateusz Novotny 5th, Lucas Zahorski in 6th place. So 8 laps, of course, in this one. They've got to squeeze those 2 jokers in as well. And does Burda with the race lead go early for the joker? Exiting the split section. Might have lost the camera. Just have to double check. Could be a battery change going on, folks. But well, I'm seeing the same pictures as you. Nobody going for the joker yet. Still be early in the race. Alex Lukscheider's moved up to 6th place. Lucas Zahorski in 7th. Seeing Marek Skamla there in 3rd place. Kim Min-sung down in 9th. So Dennis Burda is going to be pushed hard here coming out of the split section by Dominik Kadlec. Just holds him off. Kadlec just less than half a second between them. Nobody going. Well, Kadlec goes for the split section. I think he made his decision a little bit late there. Nevada there going for not the split, the joker, I should say. So Kadlec thought he was going to follow Burda, but it looked like he just changed his mind. Thought, no, go for it now. Get it out the way. Knowing that Burda still got those 2 jokers to take. 3 laps into the race. We're on lap number 4, and you're thinking now maybe this is when Dennis Burda is going to go for it. Completes another lap of the race. So didn't catch him heading into the joker or not. Well, Mateusz Novotny up into second place. Kadlec, of course, he's taken a joker lap, and Alex Skamla up into fourth, Cornfield in fifth, Luxscheider in sixth. These riders have already gone for the joker. We're seeing Mateusz Novotny in fifth place, wearing number 5, currently in second place. So Novotny going for the joker. There is Dennis Burda in quite a bit of traffic as well. Burda now down into third. Novotny, the race leader, Kadlec, and in second. Novotny just had a bit of a hand in the water, didn't he? 5 laps done. Lukasz Zahorski, 6-time world champion, making his way through the field as well, but I haven't caught how many joker laps he has done. It's pretty choppy in that turn before the split section. There, Novotny, world championship leader, 5 laps done. There, number 1, Dominic Kadlec. So Novotny leads, Kadlec second, Cornfield up into third place. We're seeing Mateusz Novotny. Well, Dennis Burda down in 9th place. He must have had a problem dropping down the field after such a good start. Getting towards the business end of the race here. Novotny in the lead, Kadlec in second, so Novotny going for the joker lap. He had to throw it in now, and that could open the race up for Dominic Kadlec. He is now the sort of provisional leader out on the water. Take the white flag after this lap. There's that little look, where are my nearest rivals, who can challenge me? Novotny has been tactically pretty good in this race. So the white flag coming out as Novotny exits the split section. Oh, it's the checkered flag. I do apologise. So Novotny, well, it's Kadlec actually that takes it in the end. Novotny forgot he went for the joker, so Kadlec taking it. Novotny drops down to fourth. Lukasz Zahorski coming through in second place. Marek Skamla in third. Just confirm that again. Close race in the end with Kadlec, Zahorski, Skamla, the 1, 2, 3. Mateusz Novotny in fourth, Lukasz Kozan in fifth, and Alex Luxscheider in sixth place. Well, a lot going on there, showing you that when that joker lap is taken is absolutely key in this sport. So riders out of the water, some handshakes all round. Zahorski congratulating Kadlec, who takes the victory in heat number 1 of the elite class. So that should wrap up the morning session here. We little bit behind schedule, not by much. Just about 10 minutes behind schedule. It should be lunch break coming up next. You can see where the riders get in and out of the water. There's the scene on the beach. Everyone's going to take on a little bit of food. Now the start time for heat number 2 for the stock is 2 p.m. local time here. So just over a couple of hours, 2.5 hours scheduled for lunch. Obviously it's very hot part of the day, so better to have everybody out of the water and in some air-conditioned tents for a lovely spot of food. So just wrap up the elite Heat 1 results again. Dominic Kadlec's taking it. Lucas Sahorski in second. Marek Skamla third. Mateusz Nowotny fourth. Lucas Kozon finishing in fifth place. Alex Lukscheider sixth. Jakob Kornfield seventh. Kim Min-sung eighth. Matej Kozicek in ninth. Oliver Nevada 10th. And Dennis Burda finishing in 11th. So unless the schedule has changed again and no one's told me, we're going to take a lunch break now, but make sure 2 p.m. local time when we're due to start, and as soon as the action's ready to go, we will be back with you.
إذا تحديثات على الجدول وراح نستكمل معاكم البطولة ونتجه إلى الهيت 2 مباشرة من ثم الهيت 3 وبعدها راح ننتقل وإياكم إلى البريك.
No lunch break, folks. Sorry, I lied. We're going to keep racing. We're moving on to Heat 2. It should be the stock class. Fire everything up, so get the hot spots turned back on and all of that stuff. Just to find the right start list for the stock. The internet is working again for me. It's my own internet, of course. Brought it from home. So moving. Of course, start list will be the same. Just bear with me whilst we pull up a few of the results as we get ready for the first heat. Second heat, isn't it? Second heat. Group A in the stock class. So one or two issues with the live timing for Heat 1 Group A, but Heat 2 Group A now getting it ready. All the same riders as well. So in that first heat it was Kim Min-song who took the 18 points, Kim down 14, Hassan Bobas from Q8 taking third place and 11 points, Adam Ficek in fourth. So practice start for Group A in the stock class. And we'll be racing in just a few minutes' time. So we're going to have probably about another hour and a half of racing. We're going to go through all the Heat 2s. Things starting to flow pretty well now, so and then after we've been through Heat 2, then we'll have a little break. Six laps, two jokers of course in the stock and stock R category. Kim Min-song with that victory in heat number 1, looking to go 2 for 2 here in Jeddah, just approaching midday. So you can forget what I said about the getting out of the water and into air-conditioned tent for the next couple of hours, because clearly we're all okay. We're going to keep on going. We're going to keep on motoring through. So underway with the race, the practice start done. Kim Min-song takes them into that first turn, clatters into the gate, to the buoy. Positions as the riders cross the line. Not got any live results at the moment for you on this one again. But it is number 1, Kim Min-song. Out in front at the moment, Hassan Bobas there at number 2. Sitting in second place, Jakob Kojon in second, Hannes Hultenberg. For this, not Hassan Bobas, do apologise. So Jakob Kojon sitting in second place, Hultberg in third, Kim Down in fourth, Adam Ficek in fifth. So Min Song having a great day already, and in a nice position. Just had at the last check 3.750 of an advantage. Very, very smooth, very calm, very controlled. Exiting the splits again. Just want to keep an eye on him. Here's Jakob Kozon. And the Korean does go for the joker, and Kozon's going to go for it as well, staying as close as he can to the race leader here in heat number 2, Group A. Adam Ficek in the Stock R class up into third. So Kim Min Song still out in front. He's got one joker out of the way. And here he is through the split. Again, kind of standard racing line, isn't it? Sort of high in, low out. Depends if you're defending a line, though, doesn't it? If you've got somebody right on the tail, you don't want to leave space. Hard to overtake, though, isn't it? So Kim Min Song goes for his joker as well. Second joker out of the way, and can see Hannes Hultberg is going to come through, but he's still got another joker to take. Jakob Kozon going for the joker on this lap as well. So the two men that were leading the race have got those jokers out of the way. Hultberg out in front at the moment. You might see that hand go up in the air for Hultberg, but Kim Min Song closing him down. And how far is Hultberg going to drop? Oh, and there the hand goes up. He is going to take the joker this time. So Kim Min Song back in the race lead on a lap number 5. He's taken the white flag. Kim Down had moved up to second place, but he may still have had a joker lap to take as well. And where can Hultberg come out? And after going for the joker on the last lap, well, I thought we were on to lap 6, seeing the white flag, but then the checkered flag did come out. So Kim Min Song comes through. He takes it. 2 races, 2 wins for Kim Min Song. Second place, obviously can't see who crosses the line. I think Kim Down is in the top 3, does come through and take second place. Looking to see who comes through in third. It is Hannes Hultberg, who does get third place, 11 seconds down in the end. So 1-2 for the Koreans, Kim Min Song, Kim Down, with Hannes Hultberg finishing in third, Adam Ficek fourth, Jakob Kozon fifth, Dennis Kulic in sixth, Thantorn Jangrun Graukit in seventh. So Group B getting ready to enter the water. Anthony Squire, Hassan Bobas, Jan Travnicek, Alexander Lana, Damien Kadlec, Jan Torn, Fatja Sarek and Faresh Ramadan, the 7 riders in Group B. So riders getting out ready for Group B in Heat 2. Hassan Bobas in this one. He finished 3rd in Heat number 1. Good race for him, the man from QA. Anthony Squire took the first race and the 18 points. Jan Travnicek finished 2nd in Heat number 1. So Anthony Squire having a good day so far. He's going to have the number 1 on his shorts again, obviously. There is Alexander Lana from Sweden. Hassan Bobas, after that decent run in Heat 1, can he do it again? Heat number 2, Damien Kadlec there. And Torn, Fatja Sarek. There, Kadlec again. Well, Anthony Squire, the US champion, 3rd in the World Championship as things stand at the moment. Hassan Bobas, the first ever Q80 MotoSurf race winner. In this one, of course, Friday's Ramadan, the Stock R class World Championship leader. So just a little update before we get underway with the racing again. Anthony Mistroni in the Masters missed a buoy on lap number 2. So an update for you on that one, which means Mistroni ends up in 4th place.
التشيكي ايضا بالرقم 5 وجانتون رقم 6 ايضا البطل التاريخي لأن الاخيره
So we're underway with the racing here in Group B. In the lead at the moment, number 2, Hassan Bobas. So he is in the lead for Q8. Damien Kadlec in second, Jan Travnicek in third. So Bobas in the lead for Q8. And is he going to squeeze a joker lap in early? No, wants to try and put another quick lap in, get something on the board, maybe try and build a lead. Looks like Kadlec still in second place as well. But it's Bobas. Anthony Squire moves up into fourth. And there is our current race leader. Heat 2, Group B, Hassan Bobas. And that hand in the water, just anything for balance and hip check in those buoys. He has a little look, but he knows he's still in the lead. Travnicek in second place. Does Bobas go for the joker on this lap? Yes, he does. So he gets one out of the way. Of course, got to get two. Travnicek follows him to the joker. Now back into the course. And Bobas is really in control of this one at the moment. 3 laps gone. We're on lap number 4 in the stock and stock car class, heat number 2 for these riders. There'll be one more heat today, and then heat number 4 coming up tomorrow, along with the finals as well. Now, does Bobas put another quick lap in? Does he go for his second joker here? Goes straight into the second joker. Damien Kadlec is coming through as well. But of course, Bobas has that has the 2 jokers done on. We're on lap number 5. Well, the white flag coming up, and Bobas has dropped to 6th, though has perhaps been given a penalty. I'm not sure yet. We'll try and keep an eye on things. I can't see what the official's holding up, but Damien Kadlec has the white flag out, so he is in the race lead. Or is it Travnicek? Well, Travnicek still showing on the computer as in the race lead, and now Bobas now back up into second place on the screens. I couldn't see quite what the issue was, but the white flag out might just been a little computer error. Damien Kadlec leads the race on the final lap. Hassan Bobas in second, Jan Travnicek in third place, but it's going to be Damien Kadlec as he exits the split section. He is going to come through and take the checkered flag and the win in heat number 2, Group B. Hassan Bobas crosses the line in second place, with Travnicek coming through in third place, just ahead of Farej Ramadan. Alexander Lanner in 5th place, and Anton Vachisarek 6th. Anthony Squire, a couple of laps down, must have had some problems, finishing in 7th place. So solid run from Damien Kadlec, picking up the 18 points in Group B, the second heat. So congratulations to him. Well, disappointment for Anthony Squire, ends up finishing in 7th place. Well, the scene back on the beach where the riders enter and exit the water. Up next, it will be the women's class, and there's maybe 1 or 2 scores to settle in the women's class after a very, very dramatic race early on in the day. So the women getting ready to get heat number 2 underway. And think back to that start in heat number 1. Aneta Stulakova, the top qualifier, was able to avoid all the drama that happened behind her involving Eliska Matsukova, reigning world champion. Not completed just 1 lap of the race. DNF, no points for her in that first heat, but all being well for her, she will be looking to make amends here in heat number 2. Run through the start list for you again for heat number 2 whilst the riders are getting ready. Wearing number 1, Aneta Stolukalova, Eliska Matuskova wearing at number 2, Elizaveta Faitova 3, Valentina Novotna 4, Mariana Navarona number 5, Injun Lee number 6, Natalie Kachlikova 7, Lorin Telin number 8, and Adela Ostrilova number 9. Women just getting ready to start their second heat. We've had the stock and stock car groups A and B for their second heat completed. We'll have the women junior masters and then the elites coming up in this first part of the day here at the Jeddah season International MotoSurf Cup here in Jeddah in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Riders down on the beach just waiting to get the call to enter the water, and then we'll get the race underway in a few moments time. It's tough out there for the riders in this heat, approaching like 40 degrees at the moment. Really feel it. It is like being in a hairdryer, especially with the wind as well. Water is nice and warm, but just means you are working. Just saps the energy, it really does, for the riders. So very, very tough. I'm just going to rearrange the furniture here, folks. Got all my paperwork exactly where I like it, which is everywhere. And there we go, furniture's rearranged. I'm going to have to do a quick adjustment of all of the paperwork as well. I'm going to have someone come along and join me in the commentary box as well, so that's going to be good. So bear with us whilst we may turn the mics off again and just get everything into position and bring it to life a little bit more for you. So run you through the start list as the women are out in the water. Aneta Stukova, Eliska Matiskova, number 2, Elizabeta Faitova, 3, Valentina Novotna, 4, and June Lee, number 5. Natalie Kachlikova, number 7, I should say. Lorena Delin, number 8, and Adela Ostachkova, number 9. So still got the practice start to come. Riders just getting themselves out onto the water, getting ready, getting warmed up, and once we've had that practice start, the racing is going to get underway in the next few minutes. And if we have anything like what we had from the start in heat number 1, this could be pretty dramatic. So let's see how it goes this time around. I think the Coast Guard have turned up. I can just see out the window. Rather nice looking boat. Can't quite make it out, but didn't bring my binoculars. So practice start time. Looking for Martsukova, but she doesn't appear to be there, so let's hope she's okay. That was a really nasty fall in the first heat, but I'm not seeing number 2 out on the water. Yeah, so Eliska Martsukova not starting. Well, the race is underway, so I'm guessing we don't do a practice start on heat number 2. So information that I'm learning as we go. It's Aneta Stukalova in the lead at the moment. 6 laps, 2 jokers, of course, and the Czech rider crossing the line first. Very much more controlled, safer start from everybody on that second heat. Mariana Navarova sitting in second, Elizabeta Faitova in third, Valentina Novotna fourth, Loreen Telin in 5th, Injun Lee 6th, Natalie Kachlikova 7th, Adela Ostrachkova in 8th place. So Slukalova, really strong couple of days work yesterday, taking top spot in qualifying, and of course winning heat number 1. Very strong start from her, that pole position helping her, of course, avoid the problems that happened in heat number 1. And let's see, she's put in a bit of a gap on Navarova, back in 2nd place. I think that gap's out over 3, maybe it'll be over 4 seconds by the time that we get round and complete this 2nd lap. Looking to see, does she go for the joker early? Not early, because it's only a 6-lap race. I think she might be indicating that she might be going for it. Yes, she is. She's going for it now, having completed 2 laps. So she's on lap number 3, but Navarova going, not going for the joker lap there. So she is out in front at the moment. All right, we're on to, I think, the 5th lap of the race. Aneta Slukova still in the lead. She's been putting together a really strong couple of races so far. I'm pleased to finally have some help in the commentary box. Anthony Squire has joined me. Anthony, how are you getting on today? Cool. Well, I heard all of that. I don't think anyone else did, so we're going to have to just fix the mic a little bit. So apologies, folks. We're getting this. We'll get it all sorted for you. But, still nothing on the 2nd mic. Well, tell you what we'll do for the time being, Anthony. I'm going to share my mic with you for a second. Yeah, just repeat what you just told me there.
All right. Hey, everybody. This is Anthony Squire. Having a good weekend out here so far. It is hot, but the water's nice. Everyone's having a good time. The venue is absolutely beautiful. They've done a phenomenal job with the tents. We have AC that is keeping us nice and cool the entire weekend. The views are amazing. Water's a little bit windy and choppy right now, but we're dealing with that. So, again, this is a fully sponsored event, so really everyone's really appreciative that, you know, we didn't have to pay for anything. Everything's paid. And it's just a beautiful place to come race at. So hopefully this is the start of many more, because our plane tickets are not cheap. Neither are these boards. So we're happy to be here, happy to be racing. And so we're currently watching the women's on their 2nd heat of the day. They just finished, so it looks like we do have Aneta in the 1st position, Valentina 2nd, Unjun Lee, I believe, is 3rd. Now, she injured herself yesterday, cut her foot pretty badly out on the beach there. We're not sure what it was, but really impressed that she's still out there racing with about 1.5 inch huge cut on her foot. So, you know, every rider is very dedicated. So even we come all this way, you know, you can hurt something, cut yourself, break something. We're still going to try a race. We're not backing down. So looks like we had Mariana in 4th, Lauren Thelen in 5th, Elisabetta in 6th, Natalie in 7th, and then Adela in 8th. So, and the other rider, unfortunately, was injured this morning in the 1st heat, so she was not out there. So happy that the ladies had a good heat and everyone's good. And I believe now we are going to have the juniors racing. So let's see what they have in store for us.
All right, I think we got both mics working again. That's good. We just we don't need to switch. It's all right. It's all good as long as you don't mind this dragging over your feet.
I'm good.
Well, that's 2 race wins for Aneta Slukalova already. She put together a really strong couple of races. Did you see the crash in heat number 1 for the women's?
Unfortunately, I did not. I was, I think I just come off the water. I was getting everything settled, undoing my board and all my life jackets and stuff. So, unfortunately, I didn't get to see it, but I did see Alishka riding in, and she was carried out the water with two gentlemen. Her dad, I believe, one of them. So it looked painful. These girls are very tough. They're more tough than a lot of these men, actually. So for her to come out of a race, I think she's pretty hurt. Yeah,
it looked really nasty as well coming into that first turn after the start. So let's hope it's nothing too serious, of course. So you've already said a little bit about the venue here. What in particular about this track is it compared to other tracks that you've raced as a standout feature? Course, I should say.
I like the track. It is rather short compared to a normal track. But normally we have big waves from the ocean or the sea, but here we actually have big waves from the boats. So it's actually more difficult to judge because at least if we're on a beach with the sea, we have waves that are pretty consistent. Whereas, right now there's no boats going across, so it's pretty smooth. You just have the chop from the wind. But occasionally we'll get a 30, 40-foot yacht roll through.
I've seen a few of them, yeah.
You've got a 2-foot rolling wave coming at you, and these buoys do move. This isn't an F1 track. It's not MotoGP. The rumble strips do not stay where they are. These buoys, rumble strips, whatever you want to call them, they move around. So you can be aiming for one position, and that buoy might move 2 or 3 feet over, and that just means you missed a buoy, and that's a 60% of a lap penalty. I think out here it's roughly a 28-second penalty, so it's pretty severe. So it's a fun track. It's got a little bit of technicality. The first 6 buoys after the finish line are very technical, especially with the waves coming in. And then the second third of the track is a high-speed area, not very tight, just high-speed little turns. And then the split is... Both splits are very different. One split is actually a bit longer but more straight. The other split is a little bit sharper but shorter. So riders are taking different options. It just suits different people's riding styles. But they both are identical time-wise, which is important.
Have you got a favorite split, or are you not giving that away? You don't have to.
I've been going right a little bit. The straighter, it's slightly longer, but it's more straight. So for me, being a little bit heavier of a rider, the more I can stay straight up and down, the faster I can go.
I like it. So we should have the juniors coming up next, and looks like they're getting ready at the moment. Yep, heading out into the water. It was Kristina Hrukova that took the first heat for the juniors, with Rosalia Yanora in second, Barbara Kolarova in third place. There's some talent in this junior field, isn't there?
Yeah, the juniors are really exciting to watch because they are the up-and-coming, the newest generation. In a few years, they're going to be at the top of elite class, the top of stock class, the top of women's class. And what I really enjoy is now that we have the 40-plus category, most of these juniors out here racing, their dads are out there racing as well in the Masters class. So it's a very family-oriented sport. Really good that everybody can come out, have a good time. It's competitive, but it's family-friendly. Everyone's excited to see each other, and we push each other. As much as we want to win, we push each other more and more every day.
I'm seeing that already. As I said to you before we turned the mics on, I only got into town about 1:30 in the morning last night, so I've not really had a chance to meet any riders yet. Came straight into this position, and due to the heat we're having to be inside. I'd prefer to be outside because I'm able to see a lot more of what's happening, but I would melt because I'm from Scotland, so it's not possible for me to survive in 40-degree heat despite all the water and drinks and everything that have been made available for all you guys. But
for any of the
it seems like the camaraderie just seems really strong in this game.
Yes, it's more of help than compete. I mean, everyone, yes.
You all want to win, but you at
Yes,
the end of the
it's,
day,
no one wants to hurt each other. No one wants anyone else to do badly. I mean, of course, there's probably a few people out there, but we're not going to name any names.
No, we can't do that.
But no, everyone just gets together, especially at night. That's the best part, especially with a smaller race like this. Everyone gets together. We all go out, dinner, events, anything. It's just you're together, and that's what the sport is all about. It's not, hey, we've got this little team, let's go separate. It's, hey, let's all do something together. And you see most of these people a few times a year, and they're like family. I've been to many of countries now where I've stayed with a lot of these racers that I've only met for a few races, but everyone is just so. I've had people come visit me in North Carolina, stay with me, have a good time on the water, because everyone. The biggest thing with the sport is everyone comes from other motorsports. I mean, we've got some guys that used to be rally car drivers. Some still are. They own teams. We have guys from a lot of ski sports, alpine stuff in the Czechs. So for me, coming from motorcycle racing and just any type of water sport, everyone here is like-minded. We all like to do crazy, dumb things, and this is just one of them.
Well, I came from winter sports myself. That was my background, and I can just see so many similarities. And yeah, it's all about the memories at the end of the day. Like when I think back to my time coaching in ski racing and stuff, it was never remember the results that we had as a team, but we remember the parties, remember the funny stories,
the
late nights, and the friends that we made around the world. And that is ultimately what it's all about. So.
Yeah. That's the one thing I really envy these kids, because I'm 28. I only got into this sport about 3-4 years ago. My first time in Worlds was 2022. So I can't imagine the feeling of being a 10 to 16-year-old, 18-year-old, carefree. You don't have to work. You go to school. You don't have to do anything. You just come out with your friends and race.
Sounds good, doesn't it? No responsibilities, no mortgage to pay,
nothing,
no job to go to. Yeah. Well, I'm at work, and I actually quite happy. I quite like my job, so it's all right. It's great to see these kids having such a great childhood, and it does teach them to be better people as a whole, because it's not a team sport. It solely relies on yourself. You're not on a basketball team or a football team or soccer team where you can blame your loss on 100 other people. It's if you make a mistake, it's on you. You have to own it. So accountability is a big thing in this sport, and you'll see some kids take losses and wins better than others. But some of these things you have to learn the hard way. That's the thing with the juniors as well. They got to learn that. They got to learn to lose, but you also got to learn to win as well. And
that is the more fun one. That is for sure.
It's more fun. It's an old cliche that you learn more when you lose, but it's all part of the process for these guys. Well, we're getting lined up here, aren't we? This is the junior heat number 2, and Yonora with that number 1. Looks like we are going underway. So coming into that first turn, and Yonora with she's just got a little bit of distance there.
Let's see which side of the split they take. All right, so we've got Rosalia and Leo going on the right split, and then we also have another rider, not sure who, but Rosalia has a great start on here. She's been doing great all weekend. The Polish riders have really been pushing and doing great. Oh, we have a rider in the water. Not sure who that is.
See, we can't see yet, but it was Yonora with that good start, and she is just starting to pull away. 3.520 over Lichal Kratochvil in second, Rybkova in third. I think that may have been Max Ruska. Just looking at the results at the moment, it's gone into the water. Let's hope he's okay. Talk us through the choice. So this is a 5-lap race, 1 joker, so it's a little different to some of the other classes. But the timing of when you take that joker lap, to me, on my very first day of MotoSurf, looks like absolutely key.
Yes, so a lot of people don't understand the strategy that the joker involves. It's very difficult to judge when you should take it. Basically, the key is if you have open track, if you have no one in front of you, keep riding. Oh, we have Rosalia in the water.
Big moment. Let's hope.
I think she has enough track to stay up, though. We'll see. Yeah, she's holding that first position. Let's see if Leo takes it.
Right on the
Leo
outside.
from Austria. But yeah, so back to the Joker. It is a very strategic moment because, again, we're on water. We're not on asphalt. When you're on concrete or a road course, that asphalt stays the same no matter what. It doesn't change. But when you're behind another rider, you have their wave, and you have what we call the whitewash, which is the water shooting out of the jet pump, and that will sink you. You don't float when you're on the whitewash. So you can't stay behind a rider too closely because you're more prone to falling. So basically, if you have open track, keep going as long as you can. If you're stuck behind a slower rider, take that Joker. But again, the thing is, you have to. We normally look at how long the Joker is to try find a spot on the track where, hey, if someone's behind me at this section, I can take the Joker and come out ahead of them or behind them. Because the last thing you want to do, take that Joker when you think it's right, but you come out and you're stuck again behind a slower rider, and that will make or break your race.
It kind of looks like what Leo's doing here. I'm not sure if I'm not getting the Joker things. I don't think he's taken it yet, but he obviously ended up in first place. Another rider in the water there, and he's got that open water in front of him, and he's just trying to put as much time into everyone else as he can.
Oh, we've got a close one. Rosalia got him in the split. She took the left side. Leo took the right side. Just a little bit too slow. But I believe Leo took his...
looks like he's gone for the Joker. And
no, he's still there.
No, there he is. Oh, and Rosalia's down again.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's twice in this race.
He skipped 2 buoys. I hope they don't penalize him for that. If there's a rider in the water and there is a safety issue, you are allowed to miss a buoy. But the rule is you're supposed to slow down, raise your hand, let other riders that are behind you know that, hey, there's someone in the water. It's kind of like a yellow flag. It's a caution
slow
thing.
Down, recognize there's a crash.
Because, again, safety is the #1 priority out here. The only time you really get hurt in MotoSurf is by another rider. If you make contact. This is a very safe sport. You know, these kids are only going a top speed of about 40 miles an hour. The boards are light. They're light. It's water. There's no trees like dirt bikes. So paying attention to other riders is a huge key out here.
Well, 5 laps done, and Leo Lichal-Kratzwil, the Austrian, taking it, but the jury may be having a look at that one because he's sort of saying, I think he's saying, no, well, there was a crash.
Yeah, he's not sure if he took his Joker lap.
I don't remember seeing him take one, but
we'll see. We don't. Yeah, like you said earlier, we don't have the best view in this nicely insulated and AC'd office, but yeah, we don't have the best view in here. So we'll see what the judges have to say. It normally takes them a few minutes, but Leo has gotten a lot faster in the past year. He is slowly growing. He's a great young man. So we'll see what the results say, but always good to see these kids ride and having fun.
Well, he's completed another lap, and I think that does sort of tell you. I don't remember seeing him take that Joker, but as you said, it is easy to miss things here. I'd love to be outside. I could just sort of track everything a little easier, but needs must when it is what it is here.
Papa Roman, Leo's father, right there. Great man as well. So I'm sure he's giving him some good feedback, and we'll see what they have to say.
Might be another learning experience. I'll hopefully get the results WhatsApped through officially in a minute or two, so just bear with us, folks, on that. Anthony, great to have you here, just helping us out, and I've already learned more with you in the last 15 minutes than I was able to research before I came here.
I appreciate you guys being here, appreciate and allowing me to come do some talking on the mic. Hopefully everybody listening enjoys it. It's my first time doing some commentating, but
you just like the aircon, though, don't you?
I thought you guys were going to have a coffee machine in here. I'm disappointed.
We could probably get you a coffee. We could probably get you a coffee if you want one.
I'll be okay.
No, we can't. No, I've been told no. No, we could get you a coffee.
What? If you need one, let me know. I'll get you one.
Oh, we've got the power here. We can do things.
There are a lot of people to do a little bit of work. Not the most efficient, but they've done a great job with everything.
They really have, haven't they? Seeing messages coming through. When's lunch?
When is
yeah, we're going to run through all these Heat 2s and then have a bit of lunch.
Yes.
I think that is the plan today. So
they do have a fantastic lunch for us.
I've heard this. I'm looking forward to it.
It's a large. But behind this tent, I think there's like 8 tents out here fully AC'd, and it's got a huge. I mean, it's a 40-foot, 12-meter wide wall, full TV screen. It's not a projector. It's a LED TV screen that actually this live broadcast that you guys are watching is in there. So for any of the VIP members here, they get to sit in a nice comfy AC lounge, chairs, couches, food and drink, watching the race. So that's where our lunch will be. It is a very large buffet style of food and dessert, drinks, coffee, keeping me fat and happy.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. So it should be the what have we done? It should be the Masters up next.
Yeah, we got the old men coming up. It's the 40 plus.
40 plus. So yeah, I've just turned 40. So less of the old men.
Well, you don't look 40, my man.
Oh, that's very kind. That's very kind. But a 6-hour flight that was delayed, and then about 5 hours sleep. So I feel it. I feel it today.
It beats my 2-hour flight, 3-hour layover, and 12-hour flight.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And then 8-hour time change.
Ouch. When did you get into town?
I got in town yesterday morning at 5 a.m.
Oh, overnight.
I left my house at 3:30 a.m. and then I landed here about 5 a.m. the following day.
Ouch. Yeah, it's a long one. You're in North Carolina, yeah?
Yes, sir. North Carolina, on the east coast of the U.S. So unfortunately, all these World Cup races are quite a distance.
Yeah, and expensive to travel.
Expensive. The time change is the biggest thing that I try to tell all the European racers. They don't know how lucky they are, and they get to drive. The Poland race, 80% of the racers drove 2 hours to the race, whereas I had another 16 to 18 hours of flight, 6-hour time change. Your body is never optimal after sitting in an economy class chair for over 10 hours. Yeah. So some of these riders get to race or fly around business class, first class. I'm taking that economy seat. It is what it is.
Well, I had nacho chair yesterday, so that's my sort of business class. So somewhere to leave my food next to me and at the back of the plane. That's where I'd rather be. It's where all the fun stuff happens.
Yeah, hopefully.
So you got opportunities to train near where you live, and
again, unlike the European riders that have multiple training facilities very close, my closest and technically only training facility in the whole U.S. is in Florida, Orlando, Florida, which is about an 8 to 9 hour drive from my house. So unfortunately, I don't get to go down there as much, but it's called Jet Surf Orlando. They've got a beautiful private lake. They do everything from jet surfs to wakeboarding, wake surf lessons. So it's a great place. They have little cottages there that we stay at. But unfortunately, I don't get to go down there as much just because it's such a long drive. Yeah.
And you got to watch out for gators as well.
There are some gators. Yeah. We'll see them in the mornings, but they're scared of the two-stroke.
Yeah, they would be as well.
Yeah,
they're all right. If you leave them alone, they're okay. I've been over that part of the world. I don't mind a gator.
You're more likely to get in a car accident than bit by a gator. Or honestly, bit by other Floridians than a gator.
I was let's not start talking about. I saw a video the other day of a guy in Florida opening a beer over the gator. Just hung a beer over the edge of his boat, and the gator came up and he the beer open. I respect his skills. All right, Masters class coming up. Heat number 2 for them. Then we're into the elite. So. These guys want it, don't they? I could see that in the first heat. Like,
they are aggressive.
Whenever you put a Masters class in any sport,
some of them do it for fun.
The intensity goes up.
Some of them do it religiously, and it is cool to see the brotherhood of the older gentlemen, but definitely some aggression in there. I think they're just taking out the aggression from the kids. After taking care of the wives and the kids on all these trips, carrying boards. They're getting to enjoy something for themselves. So and we got Down Kim and Anthony Mastroni out there kind of doing some training together. Down is a phenomenal rider. He's been #1 for quite a few years, and now he has reached the age to where he can race in Masters. But he is generally dominating this class because he also dominates in other classes. He's the stock winner for the 2022 series. Last year he didn't do as good. We had some issues racing, but he's doing great this year. He had a podium in Poland, 2nd place, and I think he podiumed as well in Fujairah. Yes, I think 2nd as well there. So yeah, all around phenomenal rider. He is a machine. He just does not get tired. But super nice guy, down to earth, willing to help you at all times. So he is starting in the 1st position. Then we have Yuri Stavicek in 2nd position. Then we have František Novotny, 3rd, and then Arkadiusz. Oh yeah, Janora. Yeah, from Poland, in 4th place. Then Anthony Mastroni from Canada. And then we have Dalibor Ruska from Czech Republic, and then Ivan Matešek from Czech. I'm probably butchering these names, ladies and gentlemen.
I think I am as well. It's why I want to go talk to some riders. Maybe tonight back at the hotel, get some pronunciations sorted. We're going to get this Masters underway. Just want to confirm the result from the junior, because obviously we saw Leo cross the line first, but the win going to Adam Kolar.
Oh, great.
Barbora Kolarova 2nd, and Rosalia Yanora 3rd. So Leo ended up in 5th. Just seeing, did he take the Joker lap? No, he didn't take the Joker, and he's ended up in
it's, you get out there and you're thinking a lot. And unfortunately, sometimes
we were correct.
You overthink. Yeah. And that's why you can watch a race and think someone came in first, someone came in last, and those official results come up, and it flips around very quickly. So luckily the kids only have to take 1. It's a little easier to remember. We have to take 2. I was quite stupid on my race, and I took 3.
Why?
I got
why?
I got lost in the moment. I was like,
You're just loving that Joker lap.
I thought I took it once. These are such quick laps. Most of our race courses are on average 60 seconds, 55 to 65 seconds. This is a 40-second track. So, we're doing 6 laps in what we would normally do 3 or 4 laps. So I was coming around, and I was like, oh, I need to do another Joker. And then as I started to go to the Joker, I was like, wait, I already did both Jokers. And then I'm smacking my helmet. But it's racing, and I've won because of people doing that same mistake. I've lost because I've done that mistake.
It's one of those mistakes you won't make again, though, hopefully.
Probably will, but yes. Because, every time you say you won't do it again, and normally you don't take enough. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Normally you don't take enough, and you get penalized. I took too many, and so I technically could have missed a buoy and been fine, but I was like, no, I'll just keep riding.
Take the punishment.
Yeah, take the L.
It's my mistake. That's how it goes sometimes.
It is what it is. Again, it's that accountability. You just have to suck it up and say, hey, I messed up. Let's learn from it. Congratulate the other racers, and keep going about that day.
I got a feeling nobody in the Masters is going to miss, going to take 3 here.
I doubt it. They're too tired for that. So let's see.
Yeah, some of them like Arkadiusz, he's working with his daughter here, and so he's busy. He's coming out for a rest.
Yeah, and he's a big dude. He's one that you would not want to mess with. He's down to earth guy, but he's a big muscular man, and he's killing it out there. Again, weight is an issue on these boards. The lighter, generally, the better. So, for instance, if you take an F1 car, if Max Verstappen was 15% heavier than Lewis Hamilton, it would be a no-brainer for who would win. So out here, a lot of these racers, we have 30, 40, 50-pound weight differences. So you're 20 to 30 kilos on a 20-kilo board is a huge difference. So the lighter, the better. But some of these heavier guys, including myself, sometimes we make it work. I don't know if they had a lineup issue or if there's a buoy issue currently, but it looks like they're lining back up.
Not spotted anything, but it looks like we're just about ready to go again.
that lineup is crucial because we have jump starts occasionally. You got to go a constant speed, because if the person in front, if they're accelerating or slowing down. Oh, we got Anthony Mastroni going from the 5th position. He's one of the lighter riders on this class, so he gets that hole shot almost every time.
I thought he was going to end up in the water there, but he's hanging on to 2nd place. But Darren Kim with another super start.
Just looking calm and smooth, like he's just out on a Sunday stroll.
Well, let's switch pages on the results screen just to confirm where things are at after the first lap. Darren Kim, strong start from Anthony Mastroni, sitting in 2nd. Yuri Stovacek in 3rd place. 6 laps, 2 jokers, because we've switched from the juniors to the masters. And now if you're Mastroni in 2nd place, you know you've got a real quality rider in front, but what do you do to try and get the win in his situation?
Again, comes down to the joker lap. So Anthony right now is just following down, which generally it's a good option. If you have a faster rider in front of you that you know he's faster, he's stronger, he can hold a good line, you can just stick behind him and then you know you're good. But if you see an opening, go ahead, take that joker, because like if he takes that joker right now, he's going to come out behind a slower rider, which is you don't want that. So stay behind. If you have open track, stay open track. If you're behind a faster rider, stay behind him as long as you can, and he might make a mistake, and you got to just take advantage of that.
What I've seen so far today, it's because we're on water, it's choppy, as you said, and there's not been too many boats recently, but it's so easy to make a little mistake. You guys are trying to run as tight a line as possible onto these buoys, and even if you don't go in the water, kind of stuffing the nose in a little bit. And
the wave will just, with these boards weighing so light, 20, 22 kilos, these waves just bounce them around like crazy. So they can definitely, the nose can go down into a wave. If you're carving and that wave comes in, you got a 1/2 meter wave, it will just swallow a board and then you'll be in the water. So you really have to watch the waves at the same time as watching the buoys, as well as the buoys move, as I mentioned earlier. So the apex is constantly changing.
Yeah, another difference between racing on water and racing on solid ground.
Yeah.
So I think Darren Kim went for the joker on that last one, which is 3 laps down. I do wish it was updating just so I could see, but
the technology works great when it works, but sometimes it glitches a little bit.
Just happy to have it.
A little slow. Yeah, strong start, strong lead with down in the lead. All right, we have all 3 of the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd riders going to the joker lap.
Yeah, on lap 5 of the race. I think this is down 2nd joker, but I could be wrong. Often am. What sort of horsepower are these boards pumping?
So what's nice with Masters class, it's actually an open class. So many of these racers have modified boards. A stock titanium DFI, which is what I race, it's pushing about 16.2 horsepower. Okay. Which is it's a big jump from the race DFI. The race DFI is roughly 11 horsepower, high 10s, low 11s, I believe. Same motor, it's just a different tune, different exhaust. So they're able to push a lot of power out of a very small motor. But yeah, these modified boards, some of these are pushing 18. So most of them have another additional 1 or 2 horsepower. So I believe, some racers have it, some don't. Like Anthony Mastroni has a fully stock board. Down Kim has a fully stock board because he's also racing in stock class. Oh, it looks like we have...
Mastroni's in the lead.
Mastroni has passed down.
But it looks like...
not sure where or how that happened.
Yeah, I think it happened just off camera, but we're on the final lap now and into this split section, and it's going to be really tight.
All right, so you see Down is behind a slower rider. It made him almost fall in that split, and that's one of those things that you have to watch out for, especially on these short tracks. You're lapping people quickly, and the last thing you want to do is get stuck behind a slower rider. We do have a rule, like most racing, you are supposed to
Get out
give
of the way,
way.
blue flag, sort of.
But
yeah.
it's often an excuse of, oh, hey, I didn't see you.
it. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Or, hey, I didn't know you were in the lead. Where 9 times out of 10, you know who's in the lead. You know they're on your tail. Move out the way. Be respectful. We were all the slowest at one point. Some of us are the fastest at another point. Respect the other riders. Move out the way. And let the real race continue.
Well, Anthony Mastroni does provisionally come through, takes the victory in heat number 2. Down Kim coming through in second, Yuri Stovacek in 3rd place. So that's the top 3 for the Masters for heat number 2. Just on to the elite now, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope that is the correct standings, because it's very similar to the first heat where Anthony got first place, but and that is his first ever podium finish, race finish, anything at, above, top 5, top 6. Really proud of him for getting a first place. Unfortunately, he did miss a buoy or 2, so he got knocked back down for first heat, but I'm sure he learned from that mistake, didn't do it again, and I hope that these standings that you're currently seeing are correct.
As they come in later on in the day, or maybe even before we get the next race underway, if there's any changes, we'll let you know. But that's how it looks. Grab your screenshots or whatever you do. You can see it there. So close one in the end, and you just wonder if Down had that clean run on that split, maybe it would have been a bit of a fight into the line. But
I hate to say it, but I do believe, yes, if Down had open track on that right side, they entered the split very evenly. And I know Down's very competitive, so I think he probably would have tried to take it. And it would have been a very interesting shot coming out the split. And it's always, there's a few spots while these races are going on that, the whole shot, turn 1, always a big drama spot. Then the exit of the Joker, where people are coming back in, sometimes you're half a second too slow, that rider's going to get you. So the entrance, the exit of the split, the exit of the Joker, and then turn 1 are the most intense moments, because that's generally where the closest racing is.
I'm just trying to keep up to speed with the schedule. So we've got the elite next, and then you're going to have to go soon at some point, aren't we?
Yeah, it looks like I'm supposed to go back out and race. I did not even realize that.
Yeah, there's a little bit of chat going on in heat 3 before or after lunch. I'll keep my eye on this, and if you have to run, if you need to go at any point, then you can always come back. And
I thought I was ready to relax and eat. I guess not.
Oh, we're being flexible with the schedule. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
and you got to be.
Yeah, they take a break. We take a long siesta, about a 3-hour break in the middle of the day because of the heat. It actually feels cooler today with this wind than yesterday. Yesterday was a scorcher.
I saw that yesterday. It was 40
believe,
plus.
Yeah. For my U.S. people, about 105 Fahrenheit. We were dealing with about a 30% humidity, so it's definitely toasty. Let's just say that. So,
just getting the results for heat number 2 in the Masters. Mastroni in top spot seems to be confirmed, so congratulations.
Congratulations to my Canada folks that are watching.
All right, so
he's really been pushing and training this year, so glad to see him improving and doing a great job. I know he's proud. He knows we're proud of him. So we'll wait and see what this elite has in store. The elite does make the best racing, I will say. They have very heavily modified boards. They have the best racers, the lightest racers. So very impressive to see them.
So what sort of modifications? Again, I know a lot of you folk at home know all this, but I'm going to ask anyway for my own benefit. So in terms of modifications for the elite class, what are the main things that are being modified?
So unfortunately, I cannot tell you too much because I don't know.
Okay. Well, neither do I, so we're in the same boat.
The modifications, the tuned boards, unfortunately, the reason that class is mainly checks is because no one wants to give away their secrets. Understandably so, but different people have different tunes. They go to different people. It's expensive, and it's a buddy thing. You have to know the person. So that is why stock class is so important, because we're all on the exact same board. It is
kind of
very,
off the shelf,
very
get
heavily
racing.
checked. We even at the World Championships, the top 5 riders, including myself, we get not brand new, but we have random drawings. So they bring 6 motors for the men, 6 motors for the women. It's the complete motor, ICU, gas tank, exhaust, wire harness. It is completely swapped out in the top 5 male stock riders and the top 5 female stock riders, to try keep it fair, because yes, cheating happens, but they check these boards very, very well. Any type of minor change in a stock class board, you're disqualified. There's no ifs, ands, buts. It's, hey, this is not allowed. And if you try to change something, you're being disqualified, because we want it to be fair. It's a stock class. We're allowed to change our bindings and our fins. That is it. Any type of performance modification or even a handling modification that is not the fins or the bindings, it's checked, disqualified, no questions asked. So, but yeah, so back to the elite guys. They're pushing a couple more horsepower. Most of them do. They cut off the cooling to the exhaust, to my knowledge, so the exhaust is running hotter, so it's a hotter combustion. But they will also add cooling to the motor, so they cool the motor a bit more, but the exhaust gets hot. They have a different mapping. They do have a different jet pump. Most of them are riding a titanium RS board, which is a slight differences internally, and the jet pump's different. But besides that, specifics, I can't tell you, because no one tells me, and that's why I race stock class.
It's still super interesting as well, and seeing like the titanium super light material as well. The more you get that in there, but then we say running increased heat presents problems with anything
that is the other thing.
So you got to get, and then adding that extra cooling is something else that can go wrong. I've seen it in other water sports with engines, the open and classes, GP1 classes, where boats, jet skis just break.
Reliability goes out the window when you start to mess with modified
tuning and pushing those engines to the max.
And that is the one thing that Jet Surf, I praise them heavily on their performance and reliability. It's hard to create a very light, very high performance piece of engineering of any sport, and that is what Jet Surf has done. And they've created a pretty bulletproof motor, a very solid hull, very reliable. You don't see many issues out of these boards until you start messing with them, and that's what I tell everyone back home, because everyone was like, oh, well, what can I do? I said, well, you can try, but you will have a very expensive paperweight at your house if you try modify these boards without proper knowledge. Like I say, there's a very less than one handful of people that know what they're doing to tune these boards reliably and efficiently.
But as this sport continues to grow, and we're visiting parts of the world like here, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, we've never raced before, the knowledge base is going to get bigger. There's going to be more nations coming into the sport, especially with the World Games next year in Chengdu. That's going to be a big platform for this sport, and then you may see that elite class, the knowledge just starts to spread around, and different athletes try different things.
That's what we're waiting for. I would love to, be able to test out one of these boards, give a couple laps, see what my times are, because yes, these guys are faster riders, but they do have faster boards. So I'd like to, some of us stock riders want to test them out, see what it's really about. But it does come down to can you get access to it, and do you have the money for it? Because it's not a cheap tuning system for sure. The other thing is that those exhausts burn up quickly, and they're, in the U.S., a titanium exhaust is about $1,800 US. So not something you want to be breaking,
replacing that too often.
Occasionally. And the motors, a complete motor setup's about $4,000 US. So, you'll occasionally in the World Championships, you'll see some of these elite riders not finish races because they have mechanical issues. Lucas Zahorsky last year in Berlin, his motor blew up. I mean, the cases were completely cracked and split open. We've had guys burn through exhaust. We've had guys with just issues, technical issues. The map could be wrong, a fuel issue. Water could somehow get in your fuel tank. Anything can happen out here, but generally the elite class is where the issues arise. The stock boards, again, like I say, phenomenal reliability. Jet Surf, that's why Jet Surf is the #1 board in the world. They are the Ferraris of boards. There are other knockoffs, Chinese replicas, but a lot of battery-operated boards, but they are toys compared to these machines.
Well, still waiting for the elite class to get back out onto the water, and some expert door closing going on there. It was really, really smooth. Some of the best I've seen today. We're sitting right by the door here, and people are coming in and out, and most people have been very, very gentle, but that was the best. And yeah, guys at home have no idea what we're talking about, but maybe I'll post a photo or really interesting video of a door for you on Instagram or something. So what's going on here? Just getting just a little check of the buoys. Since you're with me, I'm going to go with buoy again, because in the UK where I'm from, we call it a buoy.
A buoy.
Buoy.
All right.
But you go buoy. Spelt the same.
Yeah. Same,
Looks
but
like they're
different.
just
So yeah, they are modifying the balloons so we call the upright ones the buoys, and we call those the balloons. Just because they're the ball shaped ones. It helps us know the entrance and exits of the splits. It's just easier to differentiate the entrance and exit. But yeah, the one on the right side of the split has been moving closer and closer. So unfortunately, they've been having issues with the wind pushes these buoys. So they're adjusting the weights. Most of these have one heavy weight and then one counterweight to keep them in the position that they are, and so they're just having to adjust it. Luckily, we haven't had too many buoy issues this race. A lot of times we have strong currents. If we're in a river or we have tidal issues, that's a big issue. But luckily, we've only had 2 or 3 buoys move around this weekend.
That yellow one, or fluorescent one, was replaced a little bit earlier that we can see on screen at the moment. But that's been about it. You're always going to have to do minor modifications. But also here, it's not super tidal as well, because the Red Sea, to my knowledge, is not one of the most doesn't have the biggest of tidal ranges. So, and we're set back a little bit in this little inlet as well. So it's given us a lot more shelter as well.
Yeah, the water level hasn't seemed to move much at all. Maybe half a meter at the most over the whole day. So very fortunate for that. In Fujairah, we had about a 4 to 5 foot tide change.
Yeah. That's the Gulf of Oman, if I remember. I did the voiceover on it, and
it was quite substantial. The buoys, we had plenty of issues. Again, Berlin last year, we were in a river, so we had quite the currents. So Poland was perfect. We were in a nice private lake.
Oh, beautiful.
In the old town of Poland. Can't remember the name of the
Osijek.
Yeah. Beautiful place, and I don't think we had one buoy move. It was phenomenal, but it's just one of those issues that we have to overcome.
Dealing with water.
Yeah.
Yes. So do you notice a difference in racing in salt water compared to a lake? What sort of?
Definitely. The salt water is very slippery. The biggest difference is the bindings, because everything starts at the bindings. That our feet are what control everything. So your feet start to slip out, and we have ratchets to tighten our feet very tightly down, but we're in a very salty water.
Yeah.
So it's almost like soap, it feels like. And the hull of the board will actually slide more in this, but also the buoyancy. This is a much more buoyant,
in salt
water.
You're gonna.
So that helps to a degree when carving slower, but it's the slipperiness is different. And most of these riders and racers practice on fresh water. There's not many that practice in salt.
Well, if you're from Czechia, Czech Republic,
I'd hope not.
You're not gonna. There's not too much salt water. Given that beautiful landlocked country.
And that's the other thing. Most are used to flat, small lakes, much smoother water that's consistent. So we come out to these seas or we come out to the ocean and we have big waves, and it's different riding. Sometimes it's not a speed thing, it's a stability thing. And we've seen that in previous races in Croatia and in Italy, where you've got 3-foot waves coming from all directions, and it's difficult, but it does make it fun. I will say it's like a little roller coaster. You're fighting it on the way out, but then you turn around and the other half of the track, you're kind of riding those waves in, and it's difficult, but it's racing, and it actually it puts a smile on your face when you're out there.
Well, that's the beauty of racing different parts of the world. You want different challenge. It kind of balances it out, doesn't it, across all of the riders?
Yep.
Some are good on X, Y, Z. I know from being over in Croatia in the past, admittedly not for jet surf, but that sea there, the Adriatic, it gets, again, not massively tidal, but it gets pushed up.
Yeah.
You get this really short chop.
Yep.
Not very big, but a lot of it coming at you.
It's hard to determine what it's going to do. It's not, some oceans, some seas, we have consistent waves. You have pretty flat, big wave. There, it's just like it's like you're dropping rocks, just making lots of different waves from all sides. It's not coming from one area normally. So different challenge, like you say. Yeah, some of these races are in ponds, lakes, and then some of these are in choppy oceans, and that's what is nice about this. It helps some people shine if they're better in the chop, and then it helps the other racers when they're in the smooth water.
Well, just gone 1 p.m. local time here in Jeddah. A bit of work done on the course with these balloons, and we're hoping to get racing with the elite very, very soon. So just been on a little bit of a delay, and then I think then it is going to be stock racing again before lunch. Well, that would be you. That would be your races done for the day, wouldn't it?
Potentially. They may come back later on and say, hey, we're going to do 4th heat today to save time tomorrow. But it's a never-ending schedule. We always get told to refer to the schedule, but
then it changes on you. Yeah.
I love everybody over in the judges' tent. I love the organizers. They know I do, but we got to mess with them a little bit.
It's a tough job trying to put.
We refer to it as jet surf time. When they say, "Hey, we'll be ready in 5 minutes," I say, "Is that 5 minutes or is that jet surf 5 minutes?" And but it's the name of the game. A lot of times it's out of our control. It's sometimes the riders' faults for not being ready. That's our biggest issue, especially at the World Championships when we have 100 to 120 racers. If a couple riders are late to the start of the heat, every heat, if you lose 1 minute of heat, we're having, we have 10 classes and then 3 heats a day. That alone, half an hour to an hour, losing a few minutes.
Yeah.
So normally we start sun up, we finish sun down. But here we only have about 50 racers, I believe. Makes it easier for everyone to stay on time. But we have been dealing with some technical difficulties and some buoy issues.
All part of the learning process. That's why we're here for the first time, and hopefully we'll be able to come back in the future, maybe for a World Championship race or World Cup race, but that's for the future. Right now it's the Jeddah Season International MotoSurf Cup, and it is a pleasure to be here. And I know just from talking to yourself, Anthony, that you guys are stoked. You been looked after well, and the hospitality's been great from all of our partners here, and we're all looking forward to lunch. But you might have to race before lunch, though, which probably will save you a couple of kilos. So.
Yeah, go ahead and get it over and done with, and then I can go pig out, because that is my problem. I overeat. I love food, and when I come to these countries and I get to eat the real traditional food, it's awesome. We the past 2 nights we've been going to a shawarma restaurant that is attached to a gas station.
Nice.
They speak no English, and that is how you know it's going to be good.
That's like, yeah.
So phenomenal food. Everything is so it's fresh, it's clean. It's not like the U.S. I think I've seen quite a few fast food restaurants here actually compared to Europe. Europe I see almost none. Here there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of similar brands here that I've spotted from the UK, but they're out there in Europe. Trust me,
a lot of U.S. brands are out here, and the funny thing is, they're actually better here than back at home. It's impressive.
I didn't want to say, but
even
the difference between a well-known burger chain in the UK compared to the US, because it's I mean, who thought we'd get onto food standards? But when you've got a delay, you get onto any sort of subject. And I can, now that I've got some company, take us in directions that nobody was expecting. We yet to get onto films, but yeah, I mean, we're the food in this part of the world. They eat fresh, they eat local, as much as you can, because there's a lot of desert around here. So you have to import stuff.
Great food. Since you brought up the film,
okay.
Last night actually. Martin got with one of the organizers around here, and there's a Warner Brothers tent presentation. I'm not exactly sure what to call it, but it's like a traveling show that there's 3 very, very large tents. I mean, tents that are larger than football fields, full of Harry Potter stuff, Tom and Jerry, all the different Warner Brothers films from back in the day.
Nice.
They have big rooms filled with activities for kids, for adults. They had an American Ninja Warrior style run course inside that we all participated in. So we were really appreciative that the manager at the Warner Brothers facility allowed us to all go there for free.
Oh, amazing.
And that, I believe, is only here for the Jeddah season. It's a temporary thing. They travel the world. They do different venues. It was in Dubai recently. It was in Abu Dhabi. There was one in California, I believe. So very fortunate that we were able to go to that while we're here. Like I say, they take care of us very well, very thoughtful, very planned out. So that was a nice treat since we mentioned the films.
I watched The Replacements here on the way here. You mentioned football. We're still messing around with those balloons. You can't see it on screen at the moment, but one of the skis is over there. They're still fixing it. And you know, I think maybe these elite guys have been waiting patiently, looking to get their second heat underway. But we've got the flexibility in the schedule, as you said. The numbers are lower with it being invitational,
yes,
so
fortunately
everyone's pretty chilled, and well, not chilled because it's roasting hot, but you know what I mean.
We're
like mentally chilled.
Yeah, you can see that our guy out there is pulling up that rope. It's actually pretty deep, this water. So he's pulling up that anchor for that rope, and he's going to fix that buoy for us, I hope.
Yeah, he's been working on it for a while.
Yeah. I believe that's Robin out there on the jet ski. Phenomenal job. Him and another fellow are always taking care of us. They're our EMTs, our rescue guys. If we have a mechanical issue, they pick us up. They bring us in. They're always watching out for us. Again, we can't do this sport without everyone behind the scenes, so I don't believe they get enough praise. Most riders do not show the appreciation they should, and I wish they would.
And these guys are out on the water all day.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. I think they deserve a trophy more than us, because I don't think I could sit on a jet ski in this heat all day for 4 days in a row.
They're real troopers. I could see that already here on my first day, and just the effort that they're putting in under a lot of pressure as well, because everyone's going, when are we starting, what's happening, and they're just trying to get the job done. And great to give these guys a shout out for all of the work and support. And they do it for the love of it as well, don't they?
Yep. It's we all love the sport. We all like to see everyone do well, so it's doing great. And our camera crew is doing phenomenally.
Yeah, we're only on the first day of live streaming. We're not giving the crew a shout out yet.
Yeah,
he can't hear me.
Some of them deserve it. Some of them don't.
Yes.
Not too sure.
Some of the crew are on like a half day, not having to do any work, and we love the crew. Small crew, but they're working flat out as well. Normally, it's usually my second or third day or whatever live streaming that we mention the guys behind the scenes that are dealing with their own challenges to try and bring you the pictures as well.
Yeah, because this was some people don't know, but this was a very unplanned last-minute event. I was sent a text about 2.5 weeks ago.
Oh, you got more notice than I did.
It was like, hey, would you like to go to Jeddah for a race? And I was like, I'm not too sure if I can make it. And they're like, well, everything's paid for. I said, well, let me know where the flight is, and I will be there. Fortunately, it's actually, 4th of July back home. Us Americans, we like to celebrate 4th of July pretty heavily. Mm-hmm. So thankfully, since it was on the Thursday, I didn't have to work Thursday, Friday. So I only took off Wednesday and Monday. So fortunately, last-minute trip, was able to make it work. Really thankful to be invited to this event.
That's great to have you here, and great to have you in the commentary box. Whilst we're still on a little delay, let's take time for a little promo of the event. All right, folks. Well, we've got an updated schedule for you now. They're just having to fix the track. There's that balloon that you saw them working on. So what's going to happen now is going to be break time, lunchtime, and the schedule that I've got in front of me is giving us a 3-hour lunch. So if you get in quickly, Anthony, you can stuff yourself now. You've still got a bit of time.
3 plates.
Then we're going to go back in with the Elite for their second heat, and then it'll be on to you guys, heat number 3. So
excited. And so about 4:10 or 16:10 for anybody who uses that time, we will be starting back up. So you guys can go ahead, take a break. Anyone back home, you're probably just waking up. So hopefully by the time we get back, you guys can watch and enjoy. But anyone local or watching currently, take a break.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully we're doing a good job. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show. We're going to grab some food, take a nap, cool down.
Definitely.
And we will be back to see you shortly.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you in a few hours' time, unless it changes, in which case I'll run back on the mic. Thanks, folks.